everyone, welcome to episode 19 of Feature Friday. I'm Matt with Rux Software, and today we're going to be going over our purchase order receiving and Crossdock worksheet within Distribution Control Center. All right, getting right into it. First, we've got receiving. So I've got my PO open here. We also have a dedicated tablet role center, which I will show at the end of this video. You can process your receiving either from that role center or just directly from the PO card or list view. Once I open up my PO receiving, I'm going to see a trimmed down version of the purchase order, which is intended for someone in the warehouse or whoever's receiving the items to get a quick snapshot of what needs to be received. In here, you'll see my quantity to receive is defaulting. That's going to be a setup option, but if I don't have that quantity in there, I can either load my quantity or manually adjust my quantity to receive. If I want to print a receiving checklist, I can do that from here. Notify the purchaser if there's anything wrong with the goods that have been received, maybe attach a receipt from the vendor, and go ahead and attach a picture or take a picture if I'm using a tablet. Okay, I'll cancel that. And then right from here, I can go ahead and post this receipt. Once I post the PO receipt, my Crossdock worksheet is going to launch. Again, another setup option, whether you want to print a receiving or launch the actual page. On here, I'll see all of the lines that were received, the quantities and the bins that these need to be put away in. And then down here on my sales lines, I can see all of my released sales orders that require this same item that's been received. Scrolling to the right here on the lines, I can see the first two lines have already been packed. And I'll see on the second two lines, if I go ahead and cross-dock these items and pack them to the sales orders, that's going to fully complete the packing of each of those orders. To calculate what needs to be cross-docked, you can go ahead and select calculate here, and then the system's going to suggest the two sales orders that should be packed. I'll also see that these lines are appearing as green and bold. That's going to be a visual cue, so I know that this is what needs to be packed. Okay. From here, I can print my put away report or actually complete this inventory movement and select generate crossdock. But before I do that, I can also print my stock labels or my crossdock labels for these items. Crossdock labels are going to give me a few things. I'll get the item name, the customer name, our internal document number, and then also the customer's document number for reference. All right, so I'll see this first set of labels for the one order, and then the second set down here for Adam Corporation. Again, in this case, think of this as a software reservation. Reserved. Okay, and then once I click on generate crossdock, that's going to actually process the inventory movement from whatever bin I received these items into the sales order staging bin or the default staging bin if I don't have a sales order staging bin. So in this case, I went ahead and stocked 18 of the 50 items that were received and immediately packed 32 to outstanding orders. Okay, to actually ship these, stay tuned for next week. We're going to be going over, now that these orders are packed, how we can ship them out, print our labels, and charge that freight back to the customers using our ShipRush integration. For now, that's going to be everything in this episode of Feature Friday. Before I go, I did promise that we would show our DCC tablet role center here. So again, I'll just show that quickly. In here, I've got my dedicated warehouse tablet role where I can see everything related to DCC. Now, if any of this looks interesting, we're going to be going over a full webinar on Distribution Control Center and our ShipRush integration in about 2 weeks on our next episode of Toolbox Tuesday. In the meantime, thank you, everyone. Hope you all have a great weekend.